Here are 5 things that I know now at 25 that would have changed my life at 15. Number 1 is that it's always better to have one ride or die friend than to have a bunch of friends who you're not really sure if you can count on. Number 2 is that people honestly don't give a fuck about the things that you really think that they care about. From the age of 15 to 21, I always felt like people were talking, people were judging. Every time I would do something, I was so in my own head because I just was thinking about what other people would think about me. And the truth is, nobody gives a fuck. Everyone is thinking the exact same thing about themselves. Everyone is too wrapped up in their own life to really care about the small little details that you're making about your life. Okay, number 3, I'm so guilty of doing this, but stop comparing your life to everybody else's. Just because other people are getting things right now doesn't mean that you won't get those in the future. So stop wasting your life looking at everybody else's life and just focus on your own. Number 4 is that if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. And now that I'm older, I realize that every single thing that you want, everything that you want, say it out loud. Tell the universe and you really might get it. The worst thing that they could say is no, and the best thing is that you could get exactly what you want. And the last thing that I learned is that your thoughts are like boomerangs. I've seen people manifest the worst case scenario in situations sometimes just because they keep talking about the worst thing that could happen. And if you're that person, try to think, what if the best case scenario works out? What if you get every single thing that it is that you wanted? Think good thoughts.
This is everything I wish I knew when I was in high school. High school is not going to be the best 4 years of your life. Your parents can catch on to fake friends quicker than you can, so listen to them. Do not be friends with the person who only has terrible things to say about other people, because I can guarantee you they say terrible things about you when you're not around. People are going to judge you no matter what you do, like no matter what you do. So just do it anyways. You don't need to spend more than $100, if even, on a prom dress. Learn to spend time by yourself. You will thank yourself when you're in college when you are so independent. I think that everybody in high school should work at least one customer service job because you are humbled really quick, you learn a lot about respect, and you gain a really great work ethic. A lot of what you learn in high school, you will not need later down the road unless you want to be a doctor, a nurse, scientist, or a teacher. Stop putting so much heat on your hair, and if you do put heat on your hair, use heat protectant. Be careful who you tell things to because I promise you, not everybody you think has the best interest for you. You won't realize who your true friends are until you run into trouble. Stop thinking you're smarter than your parents. You're not. And you're not slick. They know exactly what you're doing. You will probably never see like 70% of these people again. So do whatever you want and be confident doing it.
Hi, my name is Sammy and I used to have a stalker, and today I'm here to share with you some things about safety that I had to learn the hard way, so hopefully you don't have to. First and foremost, I know that this one may be common sense, but some people still may not know. If you feel like you are being followed, take 3 right turns, and if you are still being followed, do not drive home, drive to the police station. No one who is following you for any reason to harm you is going to follow you into the parking lot of a police station. But let's say you don't know that and you go home anyways, and you get home and you've been followed and now somebody knows where you live. When you go inside, do not turn on any lights. If you live in an apartment complex, do not turn on a light because they're going to know what unit you are in. If you live in a house, do not turn on the light because they're going to know what room you sleep in. In the beginning stages when I was being stalked, I was kind of treating it like it was a joke, like it was kind of funny, and I didn't take it seriously. Always take it seriously if something is scaring you, and collect every piece of evidence you can, even if it is small, because I personally did not collect enough evidence to be able to do anything about it. If you are going on vacation, do not post about where you are until after you have left, especially if you have public social media accounts. People can follow you on there, and if you're posting about, I'm having dinner here, I'm on vacation here, now they know where you are. If you are ever in a store and you come outside to your car and your car doesn't look right, something about your car doesn't look right, don't go to your car. Go back inside, call someone else to walk you to your car, ask an employee to walk you to your car, and if there is something on your car, call the police. Something that happened to me one time is when I was like freshly 16. This was before I was even being stalked. I walked out of a Target and there was a container of honey upside down on the roof of my car. And that is a sex trafficking scam. So don't fall for it. If there's anything wrong with your car, go back inside and get help. That also happens with literal zip ties on your mirror, things that you can barely notice. Pay attention. Switch up your routines so you are harder to stalk. If you get off of work every day at 5 and you go for a run every day at 6, somebody can watch you every day at 5, leaving work, and then every day at 6, going for your run. You got to switch it up so that they don't know where you are and they don't know what you're doing all the time. Don't be nice. Don't be nice to strangers. And I know that that is probably controversial, but it is better to be safe than sorry. And if somebody approaches you for help in public, do not help them, especially if you are a woman who is alone in a store. No man, I should say, will ever go to a woman by themselves when they actually need help. They will only do it when they are trying to scam you or harm you in some way. If you are a woman and you live alone, do not get girly decor for outside of your door or outside of your house, because you are telling any dangerous person out there that there is a woman that lives there, and likely only a woman that lives there. Watch out for identifying factors in your public posts. If you're posting something by where you live, don't include what the building looks like. Don't include any signs. If you're standing in front of the numbers on your house, you could be giving away your address. Look at your pictures closely before you post them onto any public profile, and make sure that there's nothing identifying where people could figure out where you live or where you spend time. Don't wear anything with your name on it. And I think it's kind of a trend right now to wear like a necklace with your first name on it. Don't do that, because you are telling people your name, you're giving them information about you, and you're making it easier for them to find you. If you are ever in a situation where somebody is in your house, turn off the lights, kill the power, because you know your house better than they do. Those are all the things that I come up with off the top of my head. I can probably think of some more if they are helpful, but please be safe.
Things I wish I knew in my teenage years. Because it's a lot that if I could go back, I would change. My first advice for y'all, my first tip, don't get too attached and don't get too hung up on the people that are in your life, because I cannot tell y'all one person that is still in my life from high school, honestly. And I'm not saying that those people aren't going to stay with you, because they might. It's a possibility. But chances are those people aren't going to be in your life after high school or even the next year of high school. So don't waste too much time on them. If they don't want to be your friend, girl, leave them. Don't beg nobody to be your friend. Along with that, don't beg no man. Please don't beg no man. I feel like as a teen, it's easy to get caught up in that, because I did. I promise y'all, I did. But stand up, girl. Don't beg no man. If that man don't want you, he not meant to be for you, girl. God will put whoever was supposed to be right in his place. Just also doing that, you'll just start to lose yourself. And I know some of y'all have felt like that. Y'all have just lost yourself over a person. Never let yourself that sounded like a glitch. So don't let yourself lose yourself over a person when you know they're probably not going to be there the next few years, the next seasons of your life. Another tip is that you're not going to stay looking the same way you look right now. Like, I used to struggle so much with self-image issues in high school. Like, I literally used to hate the way that I look. And that's because I didn't look the same as I do right now. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like, when you're starting high school, even like my junior year of high school, I look different from my senior year. Like, your face is gonna change. Your body's gonna change. You're growing. Like, you're not gonna look the same as you did when you first started high school. So if you're feeling like self-conscious about the way you look, give it a few. You'll grow into yourself. You'll start liking the way you look. This is a hot topic. This is a hot take. But school only matters if you want to do something with it. If you know from the jump, from the get-go, that you don't want to do anything that has to do with school, like you have a hardcore dream and passion, spend your time in high school working on that passion. If I had started working on my passion in high school in my early years, I'd be so much better and further off right now. Don't let nobody tell you that you need to go to school to do whatever it is you're doing. No. If your dream doesn't require going to school, going to college, don't stress it. And for my seniors that don't want to go to college, seeing everybody like doing that, it puts a lot of pressure on you. But if you don't feel it in your heart, girl, don't do it. Not knocking college, just if you're not meant for it, don't let anybody push you into it. And last is that it do go by fast. I know y'all heard that one, but it's true. I hope this helps y'all.
All right, we're going to talk about 10 things that I wish I knew when I was 16. I'm 23 now, but 16 was just not a great time in my life for me overall. And I feel like it's a hard time for like a lot of young women, so let's talk about it. Number one is that it's not the end of the world. I feel like when you're 16, every little thing feels so drastic. It feels like the end of the world, but I promise you it's not. The world's going to keep spinning and you'll be fine. Number two is that no boy is like worth it at 16, I promise you.
I'm pretty sure the rate of people that marry their high school sweetheart is like 2%. So you can calculate your odds from that. If you're the 2%, congrats. If not, I'm just here to tell you, like, whatever boy you're crying over at 16, you probably won't even remember by the time you're like 23. You won't think about it anymore. Or you'll remember it, but you'll like laugh about it. You'll be like, that was so stupid. Number 3 is the reminder that you're 16 and not 21. I feel like when I was 16, I was really desperate to look older, act older, just grow up quicker, be around older people. Like, there's no need for that. You have your whole life to, you know, have those things eventually come. There's no reason to like rush into them. You need to enjoy your youth. Number 4 is that you'll grow out of your awkward stage. When I was 16, I felt so awkward of my body, but I grew out of that when I was like 19, 20. 16 is just a time where you're like growing and changing, and everyone's growing and changing at different paces. So don't compare yourself to like anyone else. Number 5 is that there's nothing wrong with you. I feel like when you're 16, a lot of other 16-year-olds will try to make you think that something's wrong with you and just put you down to get a 1-up. But I'm here to tell you there's literally nothing wrong with you. Don't listen to them. If anything, there's something wrong with them for feeling the need to like do that for no reason. Number 6 is that you'll watch people peak at 16 and then literally slide downhill and like glow down and just all of that at 23. So be happy if you're 16 and you feel like socially awkward or feel like you're not at your best. Just be happy that you're not one of those people who's like peaking at 16 and will forever be chasing like that feeling. Number 7 is that school and your grades matter, because your grades in high school determine where you're going to go to college, and that determines like what type of people you're going to be with in the rooms you're setting yourself in, which could be potential partners and long-term friends. Number 8 is that you're going to grow into the version of yourself that you desire to be. I feel like now I've grown into exactly who I kind of always wanted to be but was incapable of being when I was 16 because I was too like young and immature. It all works out. I feel like I love the idea. I always hear this, the idea that like you desire something or desire a version of yourself because it already exists. So keep that in your mind. Number 9 is that you're not fully developed at 16. Like literally you hit a second puberty when you're like in your 20s. So don't think to yourself at 16 like, oh my God, this is my body for forever. That's not true. Also, so I literally, TMI, didn't get my period until I was like 16. I was such a late bloomer. So at 16, I was still like, I had like 0 womanly qualities going on. And I know I have a breast augmentation, but I'm just talking like hips, body, the whole enchilada. I was built like a little boy. And I was like the last one of my friends. I was so behind, and I was like, why is this happening to me? Number 10 is that if high school wasn't the best experience for you, college is a really good opportunity to redeem yourself and go in with a fresh mindset to just give yourself a second chance. And then if college isn't great either, the real world is where you really belong. And this is everyday makeup. Nothing crazy going on here. I'm looking a little pale, but it's okay. We'll deal with it.
Things I genuinely wish I knew as a teenage girl about my body that no one fucking told me growing up in literally a full house of boys and having no fucking female friends. It was just like, who the fuck was gonna tell me? Who was gonna tell me? Number 1, it's supposed to smell. Okay. This whole bullshit about it smells like this and it smells like fish and it smells musty and dusty and crusty. Girl, that is your pH. That is your pH. And the thing is, right, I will say this. If you are not taking care of yourself, if you are not eating fruit and vegetables, if you are not drinking water, if you are not exercising and letting everything sweat out on its own, if you are not doing those main 3 things of drinking, eating, moving, you are not taking care of yourself. Right. No supplement, and I'm going to tell you this now. Everything on the fucking internet is beefed the fuck up. No, bee pollen will make your boobies bigger. No supplement of a beaver's cranberry ass is going to make everything smell like fucking daisies. No. Stop putting supplements into your body. Like, you do not need that many supplements. Maybe go eat some fruit. Maybe go eat some fucking fruit, okay? You don't need that shit. Stop drinking chlorophyll, water, neutral greens. Eat it. Eat it. You're starving, and I know you're starving. So maybe go eat some fucking food and stop drinking your fucking food, okay? Actually, on the topic of, and I had this conversation with my friend who is literally 21 years fucking old. She was like, oh, I'm gonna do this to make my boob. And I was like, girl, you naturally, we are animals, and I will say this, naturally we are animals. We are not supposed to be eating all these different things that are like chemically made to make you bigger, right? You can't make your titties bigger. You can't do certain things, and it sounds really shit because this is coming from a girl that's like bum but flat. So like, I wish I had an ass, I wish I had some tits, I wish I, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just wear a push-up bra. Not that hard. Bonded gummies and all this fucking shit and literally sniffing and snorting bullshit is not gonna make things grow. Unless you physically have a surgery to do something, it's not gonna work. And when I mean surgery, I even mean Botox. Botox is a surgery. It is a cosmetic surgery. The only reason you were obsessing about your body and waking up and feeling about how I can lose weight, how I can do this, how can I be skinnier, how can I do this, how can I have a fat ass, blah, blah, blah. Number one, why the fuck do you care about your fat ass? Who's looking at it? Oh, but but guys, shut up! He's a 14-year-old boy. I do not give a fuck. He doesn't see that someone that is so intelligent, charming, rational, charismatic is in front, like, they are incels. They do not have brains. No, so stop trying to change yourself for someone else. If you want to change yourself for yourself and no one else. Do it the healthy way, or the honest truth is, you will have to keep doing it the rest of your life. Get your fucking steps in. I just mean move your body, move your arms, maybe go to a class, maybe go, I don't know, to the supermarket. It is so easy to move your body. And I know that sounds really shit, but it is really, really easy to move your body. You don't need expensive workout classes. You don't need to be a Pilates princess. You don't need to be lifting weights if you're not into that shit. You don't.
Hi girlies, today I'm here to have a little talk with you about some teenager tips or like advice for young teenage girls. I got a comment from this really sweet girl asking for puberty tips or tips on just how teenage life works, and as someone who's gone through like a lot of problems in my teenage years, I'm here to give you all the advice as your older sister, so come with me, okay? In this video I'm going to cover more of the mental health aspects because I know when teenage life starts, it actually flips upside down. Like when you reach that 12 years old age, life just does this, and that's what happened to me personally. So I'm gonna cover more of that, but if you have any like body questions, I have a problem with answering any of them, so put them in the comments. Starting off with the number one aspect of teenage life, rumors. Abby, people in my school are saying I did this but I didn't, and like I don't know what to do. I've gone through that. I changed schools in 8th grade, and people just talk, they look at you, they see something in your eyes, and they're gonna say whatever they want. They don't care if you did it or not. And trust me, I did get really depressed because of rumors. So I'm here to tell you, do not let that happen to you. I lost my teenage years because I was scared to go out of my house because of rumors that were never even true. People who spread rumors, they don't care. They don't remember what they spread. I'm in college. Nobody is going to remember, and I know it's valid that you feel bad, that you feel like you have to prove you didn't do anything, but you don't. You don't, because your conscience is clear that you didn't. If you're really down over rumors, rely on your friends. Don't try to justify yourself, because if you do, people are just gonna make you look worse. You're gonna be like, oh, she's trying hard. No, don't do that, girl. Don't do that. You know your truth, and I'm telling you, in 3 years, nobody's gonna remember that. Don't let yourself get down because of rumors. No, that was my biggest mistake. It just shut me down. The rumors shut me down, and I went off. I disappeared from the face of the earth because of rumors. And like when I came back from wherever I was, people were like, oh my gosh, where were you? I didn't even remember the rumors. Nobody does. And if they do, they're probably obsessed with you. That's like fan behavior. Next up, something I wish somebody would have told me as a teenage girl. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Oh, I want to dye my hair pink. Do it. You're gonna regret it. And dye it back. I used to not do anything because, oh my gosh, people are gonna think I'm this. People are gonna think I'm that. Like, nobody cares. And if they do, they're probably gonna make a snarky comment and then forget about it. And when I learned that, my life changed. Tinsel in my hair. I went with rhinestones in my face to school. Did people make fun of me? Probably behind my back. Never to my face because nobody's gonna say anything. Duh. Nobody said anything because nobody actually cared. Everything people say, I take it as a compliment. Oh my gosh, you talk this way. Thank you. That's exactly the way I wanted to talk. They think it's negative, but I don't, personally. But people who just make snarky comments, they don't want you to get better. They're just being mean. Like they get off on being mean. Their thing isn't like about you, it's about them. Biggest problem of teenage girls, body image problems. Okay, that's really deep, and I had those for a really, really long time in my life. I've had body image problems, body dysmorphia, eating disorders. Don't fall for it, girl. Do not fall for it. Don't. Have the prettiest body I've ever had, in my opinion, right now. And it's probably the time I've been eating the most. Like, I eat a lot. And that's because losing weight does not mean stop eating. It does not, okay? Do not starve yourself. Do not. As a young adult girl, I'll tell you, almost nobody has a flat stomach. And if you do, that's perfect. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, not at all. But if you don't, that's also not a bad thing. 98% of the girls don't. Because it's normal to have belly fat. They protect your organs, okay? When I hit puberty, that was before everyone else, I started gaining my breasts. My breasts grew so much. And I was like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Why am I bigger than everybody else? Everybody else was so skinny. That made me so insecure because boys would comment on it. Boys would be like, oh, I'm not even gonna repeat that. Hold my hand when I tell you, at the end of the line, everybody's gonna grow up and have an adult body. Everybody. And yes, adult bodies can look different. Some are bigger, some are smaller, but everybody goes through it. You may be the first, and that's hurtful, that's painful to see everybody still being a kid and you having to grow up. But everybody will grow up. All teenage girls out there, listen. Do not starve yourselves, think you're gonna get skinny, because you're not. You're gonna get sick, okay? I feel like also thinking you're ugly is a Roman Empire in every single girl's life, because I used to think I was the ugliest person in the world. Oh my gosh, is that a beast? Oh, well, who is that ugly monster? But honestly, most of the things in teenagehood we just grow out of. And I know for teenage girls, it's so hard for them to understand that it's temporary. Oh no, but it is real, and it feels real. It feels like it's real. It's so intense that I didn't think I'd get through it. I didn't think it'd stop, but it does, because it is temporary. Unless it's trauma, then I'd recommend therapy, because I did therapy and it changed my life completely. If your parents are supportive, if you can afford it, always go for therapy. I think every single teenage girl deserves therapy and needs it. It's so hard being a teenage girl. It's so confusing. There's just so many things all over the place. If you think it's a safe space for you to do that, please do it, because it's completely life-changing. And my last tip for this video, but I can make more if you guys want. Ask specific questions, because I don't really know what to talk about. This is a real one. Stop getting into relationships before you're 16 even. Don't. I'm not saying it's not gonna work. I'm not jinxing your relationship. No, I hope it works. But if it doesn't, I had a boyfriend when I was 13 and we were like this. If we could, we'd merge into one, I'm pretty sure. Like this. And then the other week, I hated him. And then he cried. He was like, oh no, but I want her. And he'd chase me. And then the other week, he'd hate me. And I'd have to chase him. And then the other week, we could merge. And then the other week, we were about math. It's just so unstable, because two teenagers going through so many emotions, a little switch in the weather can change the whole entire relationship. And I ended up so traumatized, I had to do therapy for 3 years. And I'm not even blaming the boy. No, I'm not. I know I was part of the fault too. And if you're 11, 12, and 13, do not get involved with older guys, okay? I know it sounds appealing. I know it sounds so fun to have an older boyfriend. Don't do that. So yeah, this is what I wish I knew in my teenage years. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you. Stay safe and bye.
Spontaneous things to live your teenage years to the fullest. You have to go stargazing until 4 a.m., bro. It's so peaceful. And make sure you have a shorty with you. Not only is this going to get you closer into the bond that you already got, but she gonna see that you different from a whole lot of other dudes. Basically, you're not her no one. Go bike riding with your friends at night blasting music. Y'all can either bring the JBL speaker, the AirPod Maxes, or even the AirPod Pros, bro. Just make sure you got the music. Because you already know how you and your friends are. Y'all probably see each other all the time, but y'all never got moves. And I'm telling you, that's going to feel super nostalgic. I hate to get off topic real quick, but fellas, if you got a girlfriend or somebody that you like and they like you, and you want to see if they stalking you, press share, IG direct. 3 to 4 accounts will pop up. And if you see them on that list, let me know. It's not gonna work the first time, so you gotta do it twice, because IG be tripping. Go to the train tracks and scream as loud as you can as the train passes by, bro. I'm telling you, that junk gonna feel super therapeutic. Especially if you're a dude that like hides your feelings a lot and you don't really like tell people what's going on with you. On the last day of school, have a campfire with all your friends and burn your homework. Cause them 3 months of summer, you're gonna have to enjoy it, bro. You ain't got the Phineas and Ferb method.